Good day, YouTube viewers. Apartment Manager Tips here. I don't think I have addressed medical marijuana, and a special circumstance I'm dealing with right now kind of made me think that I should bring up a couple points because I love sharing with you, because sharing is caring and we love to help. So if you're new to my channel, I'm sorry y'all, I don't edit. I record when I'm driving. I know the acoustics are terrible. I'm so sorry. Just love me. And for all of you that are longtime followers, thank you so much. All right. Does a person have a legal right to smoke medical marijuana in a unit if it is brought to their attention that it's disrupting someone or if it's against the rules? So have you dealt with this before? How did you deal with this before? So I have a special gentleman right now that claims, and the reason I say claims is because all of his conduct is quite contradictory to a person I know that is and are. So I have a person who is a disabled veteran, again, allegedly. So this veteran is a nuisance. Outside of smoking marijuana, he's a bit of a nuisance. Doesn't feel any of the rules apply to him, doesn't have to follow, he doesn't walk his dog on a leash, he doesn't pick up after its poop. This gentleman was smoking marijuana in his unit. Not that it matters, a nuisance is a nuisance, but his neighbor just happens to have a compromised respiratory system. They have lung cancer. So this gentleman was smoking marijuana in his unit. It was bugging the next door neighbor. So of course, we can't share all the details with him, but we can give them a violation. Hey dude, you're not supposed to be smoking. So this guy thought he was smart, right? Because he's not gonna follow the rules, but he also doesn't like to be told what to do. So he thought he was being smart, and he decided to start smoking outside on his patio. This is high density housing. So there's about 12 units in his building, and there's a building 5 feet in front of his with another 12. So smart, alleged disabled veteran thought he was being above the rules going outside because, hey, now it's not in the walls. Well, now instead of one person complaining on you, there's a handful, almost 2 handfuls of people I have upset at various things this gentleman does, and then given their other dislikes for him, now adding insult to injury, now he's smoking marijuana in the common area. So this gentleman, because all this stuff is being addressed and corresponded with him, hey dude, this is against the rules, you're gonna get in trouble, you can't do it, you need to stop. So again, guy thinks rules don't apply to him, he's above it, and he thinks his alleged status as a veteran gives him some kind of superiority given the conversations we've had. So this gentleman finally tells me, hey lady, if you keep harassing me and violating my rights, telling me I can't medicate for my condition, I'm going to have my attorney contact you. And that's my favorite when people threaten that, because number one, you don't have a leg to stand on, dude, and apparently you don't know it, but I do. So, okay, sir, once you threaten legal action, now I have to give you my attorney's information, and I am not allowed per company policy to correspond with you anymore. So here's my attorney's information. By the way, because you're in the wrong here, his bill is going to be forwarded to you. So you can keep being as contentious and silly as you want, but every minute, email, everything he's charging for, and that's now going to be added onto your bill because you can't play nice and follow directions. So these are just some of the ways like I handle this when it's brought to me. This person thinks he has the right to smoke. No, you don't. You have the right to medicate, and marijuana and whatever pain relieving properties, whatever type of medication it's providing you for whatever condition, you can eat it, you can drink it, you can consume this medication in ways that are not a nuisance. So I very much dislike it and feel the patient is ignorant when their whole point is, well, I'm in pain or I have some illness and I need to smoke it. I am no expert on the matter, but I'm pretty sure there are more effective ways to get that medicine that don't involve smoking it. Because I'm just saying, okay? So when people refuse to acknowledge that they have candy and tea and whatever else they have that is now medicated, it kind of bothers me. So that's, you know, for this poor, in this instance, I've communicated this with this guy. Hey dude, no one's trying to violate your rights. And, you know, without exactly exposing what is going on next door, or furthermore, who's complaining, because obviously this patient is battling cancer, you know, and he has a neighbor on each side of him, but the other one isn't bothered. You know, so I'm kind of letting him know, hey dude, I know you think that your medical condition is important, which is fine. I'm no one to say on it, but your medical condition doesn't warrant you to cause a nuisance to another resident. So this is kind of how I deal with this. If you have an attorney that works for you, I would make sure that they are very stern on this issue. If they are tiptoey around this issue, if they don't think that they can classify this action as a nuisance, or maybe if your lease provision, that your section that calls out a nuisance doesn't specifically cite smoke. A nuisance is a nuisance, and in most cases a resident's right to quiet enjoyment alone negates having to have a nuisance clause in your lease. But of course, if you have a well-written lease, it'll have everything in there. So these are just some of the ways to deal with, to go about medical marijuana. Don't let residents like tell you what to do, period. The rules are the rules and they need to follow them. So yep, I am all for, if you have a condition, if this is your medication, but when I take an aspirin for my headache, you're not bothered by it. And the same suit should follow, you know, when people that have any condition that they treat it with marijuana, they need to be considerate of their neighbors. Like, so anyways, when it comes to multifamily housing and medical marijuana, that's how we deal with it over here. I would love to hear if you have any experience dealing with this. I would love to hear how you dealt with it. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, stories, share them down below. If y'all have any video requests, let me know. All right, y'all, that's all I have for you today. Have a great day.